moms, and welcome to yet another episode of CTV Cooks, the show that somehow has survived on nothing but ramen.
Yes, this is a show where we teach you how to cook things you never would have dreamed of, as long as you dream small. I'm Chapman and Grace.
And I'm Grace Reeder. Tonight we interview a chef from a popular restaurant here in Fort Collins. Take a look at 3 dishes to share with you.
We have a look at a crazy new food truck, and we show you a new cocktail to mix up. Plus, as always, we have another ridiculous challenge for you.
Of course we do.
We have a large course for you to dine on tonight, so let's get started.
This week I found a baker close to home. She's actually my sister. Kate's a sophomore business student at CU. I know, boo, but she makes killer macaroons. She'll actually be selling them in the Denver area this summer at farmers markets. Her goal is to open a full store when she graduates. Take a look. Now this was just a quick look at the macaroon making process. It took her almost 5 hours to make those. I was tired by the end. She says that the consistency of the macaroon batter is the most important element of the recipe and that the frosting is really what makes them tasty.
A couple weeks ago was St. Patrick's Day, the Irish national holiday and the most celebrated national holiday in the world. In honor of the day, I decided to make a classic, corned beef. So, in honor of St. Patrick's Day, I'm going to be making some slow cooker corned beef and cabbage. The first thing you're going to want to do is add your vegetables. Here, I've got 4 large carrots peeled and cut into matchstick pieces, 1 onion peeled and cut into bite-sized pieces, and 10 baby red potatoes, quartered. Once I've added my vegetables, I'm going to add 4 cups of water to the pot. Next, I'll add my beef, fat side down. Now, you normally want to add a bit of beer when you're slow cooking beef, and the best way to do it is with a darker, heavier beer. Guinness is pretty traditional, but I've decided to go with New Belgium's Lips of Faith series Dark Imperial Spiced Ale. It's a personal favorite of mine, and I think it's going to add a really good flavor to my beef. Next, I'm going to add the spices from my corned beef package. Once everything is in the slow cooker, I'm going to cover it and cook it on high for 8 hours. About a half hour before your 8 hours are up, I'm going to add in a half of a head of cabbage that's been chopped to a pretty good consistency. Once your 30 minutes are up, go ahead and serve and enjoy your delicious corned beef. So I was going to make a corny joke here, but I couldn't think of one. Anyway, it's a great meal that you can make multiple meals out of for the week. And of course, it's very, very tasty.
We're going to take a short break, but up next we sit down with a real chef who can probably teach you more than we ever could.
Then we have cocktails, ice cream, and a food truck to show you. Don't go anywhere.
Tune in to KCSU, your student-run radio station at Colorado State University. Live 24 hours a day, every day at 90.5 FM and kcsufm.com. Live local new music now, and news, talk, and sports. KCSU, the radio voice of Colorado State, on the air since 1964.
You're watching CTV, produced by Colorado State University students, bringing you news, weather, sports, and entertainment from campus and beyond. CTV live Monday through Thursday at 7 p.m. on campus and Fort Collins on Channel 11. Repeats at midnight, 8 a.m., noon, and 2 p.m.
The Rocky Mountain Collegian is your student-run news and information platform. Pick up your paper on campus or around Fort Collins Monday through Thursday with special editions Fridays. And check out collegian.com anytime for all the latest updates. News, sports, entertainment, opinion, and more. The Rocky Mountain Collegian, serving Colorado State since 1891.
College Avenue has been your student magazine for the last 10 years. College Avenue prints once a month covering topics that are relevant to the CSU and Fort Collins community. We also print special editions like the graduation guides at the end of each semester, the best of CSU each fall, and the orientation guide each summer. Look for us on racks around campus, off campus, or online at collegian.com under the College Avenue tab.
And now we're joined in studio by Curtis Bropes, a chef at Beau Jo's, popular restaurant here in Fort Collins. Thanks for joining us.
Absolutely.
So how long have you been working at Beau Jo's?
So just a year.
Wow.
But I've been in kitchens since I was like 14 years old.
Really? That's awesome.
Yep.
What have you, do you love cooking or? I hope.
I think, yeah, I love elements of it. It's a really comfortable place for me. So ever since I was 14 in dish pits all the way up till now, managing a restaurant, I've done every aspect of the job, and it's just kind of a comforting place. I actually have a degree in biochemistry, so I keep falling back to the kitchen though, because I love it.
Nice.
Cool.
And what is your favorite pizza to make?
My favorite pizza to make, cheese.
Cheese? Why is that?
Because it's the easiest. It takes the least amount of time.
All right.
I mean, we're in a really high volume restaurant, so the whole thing, that's actually a joke. I don't know if I have a favorite pizza to make or not. But it's such high volume that the easier it is, the faster it goes through, the faster the customer gets it. So we're working sort of in an assembly line. And most kitchens work that way. Whether you're making pizzas or steaks or burgers or whatever, there has to be some sort of assembly line to it.
And so if you don't have a favorite one to make, what's a popular one with customers?
The most popular would be the Little Italy. Second most popular would be the Motherlode.
And
So
can you explain what those pizzas have on them?
Yeah, absolutely. So Little Italy has garlic olive oil, tomatoes, pepperoni, black olives, mushrooms, and then Parmesan and basil, and it's finished with Italian seasoning. The Motherlode has basically all the meats that we have. So meatballs, salami, pepperoni, ham, bacon, and mozzarella cheese.
So Beau Jo's prides itself on its mountain pies, right? What is a mountain pie exactly?
So a mountain pie is a thick rolled crust. So we have prairie and mountain pies. It's kind of the shtick out here in Colorado. Prairie pies being the flat ones, mountains being the big rolled pies. So we put yeast in our dough, and there are different ways that different pizza places do their dough. So I used to work at another place where we pre-made our dough and then refrigerated it, and it doesn't rise nearly as much. Beau Jo's leaves it at room temperature with the yeast in the dough, and we use honey in our crust to activate the yeast. So the yeast starts eating on the sugar, and it starts expanding because of the carbon dioxide that's produced. So when we roll our crusts and send it through the oven, all that extra heat makes it mountain up. And it's actually rolled in such a way that it looks like the foothills.
Gotcha. Very cool.
So kind of on that front, what is the process for making a pizza?
Okay, so it starts at 7:55 every morning, and we create a prep list. So we make sandwiches, salads, pizzas, but every ingredient that we have there has to be prepped. So whether it's chopping onions or slicing tomatoes or roasting vegetables, we have to do that behind the scenes before it comes time to make the pizzas. So the morning starts then from 8 to 11, we're doing prep work. Sometimes after that, like a Saturday morning after getting killed on a Friday, we'll have a ton of stuff to do. Then at 11, we open for business and we start doing buffet. So around 10, we start dough. It takes 15 minutes per batch. And I can't tell you what's in the recipe on TV, but so we make 2 different types of dough, wheat and white, and then roll out a whole bunch of pies. So what you see in the buffet window is only a part of it. We have like 3 to 4 backups in the back because there's so many people that come through so quickly that if we don't have backups, there's no way that we could keep up.
Wow.
On the weekends, we don't do buffet, and so it's just all pizzas to order. So in the background, we'll have extra crust rolled out, ready to roll. So if you order a 3-pound pizza there, someone will grab a 3-pound shell off the shelf. And they only last a few minutes, so one person is constantly putting out shells while other people are constantly making the pies and sending them through the oven.
Wow, sounds like a busy place.
Yeah, it's there's a definite intensity to the restaurant, and that's what I love.
Is that what's your favorite part about working there?
That is my favorite part. So the busier we get, the more on point we get. If it's really slow, we'll make more mistakes. So if you ever go in on the night when it's super slow, most of us are not in our element.
Not
we're
in the zone.
Not in the zone. A lot of us are kind of high strung and like we have to be doing, and it keeps our brains clicking. So the more things I have to remember, the better off I am generally. And so when it's really, really busy, the music's cranked up back there. In fact, at Beau Jo's here in Fort Collins, you'll hear the kitchen crew sometimes yelling or screaming or singing. If you happen to look through the window, you'll probably catch us dancing. So I actually encourage you to do that because happy cooks means your food's coming out quickly. Yeah, and don't you want to get food from a happy person?
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Well,
Yeah.
next time I'll be sure to look through the window on
For
that
sure.
one.
And we play some great funk back there too.
All right,
So
well, good to know.
you'll see us getting groovy.
Yeah, good to know. Next time I'll be sure to definitely look through the window.
I think you should.
Well, thank you so much for coming on. We
Absolutely.
really do appreciate it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, after the break, we will be right back, so stay tuned.
Don't worry, 74 people were picked before me in the NFL draft.
To fight childhood obesity, United Way and the NFL are helping kids play at least 60 minutes a day.
Okay, time for the team obstacle course. Yay!
What this place needs is more healthy kids. To get involved or donate, go to unitedway.org/play60.
Now I get it.
Welcome back from the break. We'll jump right back into this kitchen with some alcohol, science, and some food on wheels.
So let's start with the most important thing from that list, alcohol. Okay, I want to jump back to Ireland for a second and talk about whiskey. Whiskey is one of those things that you either love it or you don't. Personally, I don't love it. That is, unless it's in a whiskey sour. Let's check out this show's Cocktails with Chapman. The best part about making cocktails for this show is that I get to drink them afterwards, and man, was that a good whiskey sour. I think the bitters really made it in the end.
I scream, you scream, we're all just yelling over a frozen treat. But on this installment of Cooking with Science, CTV Cooks producer Beau Jo went to the Little Shop of Physics open house event earlier this month to see how they make ice cream down in the physics department. Spoiler alert, they don't use any ice.
Welcome back to CTV Cooks. My name is Beau Jo, and on this episode of Cooking with Science, I am joined here by Sheila, who is a master teacher with the Little Shop of Physics. We're here in the LSC during the Little Shop of Physics open house event, and today she made liquid nitrogen ice cream for us, and I wanted to go ahead and talk a little bit more about that.
Sounds wonderful.
Yes, so do you have any fun facts about liquid nitrogen that first off you'd like to talk about?
Well, what's interesting is nitrogen is 78% of our atmosphere, and so really you're making the ice cream with air.
Yeah. Is your liquid nitrogen ice cream recipe very top secret, or can you tell me a little bit more about what you guys did?
Oh, it is so easy. If you can get the liquid nitrogen,
yes,
you can make this.
Which I'm sure you can just find lying around anywhere.
Yes. Well, if you have a doer, I think you can go to like Air Gas and other companies.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And so they will sell you liquid nitrogen.
Oh, that's
brilliant. Just the doer that you need.
The doer, that's probably the container that we saw that was holding the liquid nitrogen. And I guess that helps keep it cold?
Oh, yes. Otherwise it would evanate and we would have
no liquid nitrogen.
Yes, no liquid nitrogen. But awesome. The recipe is so simple. We used 1 quart of whole milk, 1 quart of heavy whipping cream, one pound box of sugar, and a dab of vanilla.
Awesome.
And that's it,
Great.
except for the liquid nitrogen.
Yep, and then of course,
that's important to stir in so that you get air into the liquid mixture so it isn't like ice milk.
Okay. What would you say, what is the liquid nitrogen doing when it is, when you pour it into the bowl of all of your other ingredients?
Okay. Well, it's boiling, and so in order to boil, it needs to pull heat energy from things that are warm around it. So the milk and the cream are much warmer than the liquid nitrogen, so it pulls the energy, the heat energy from that. Then it boils and evaporates, and then because the liquids have had their heat energy pulled from them, they change phase and become a solid.
Oh wow, okay, cool. So it seems like that's a pretty awesome way to use science to make some kind of food.
It definitely is, because the phase changes are all about how you move energy around.
Awesome. And does the liquid nitrogen actually become a part of the ice cream? Like, are you eating it, or does it just kind of evaporate off and it doesn't?
It evaporates. For a while, some of it gets trapped in there, and that helps make it more airy.
Oh, more fluffy?
Yes, but then it goes off into the atmosphere.
Great. Well, thank you so much for your time, Sheila.
Well,
it's a great pleasure talking to you.
Great pleasure meeting you too.
Thank you so much for everything. So here I have a little sample of the liquid nitrogen ice cream they've made. I'll go ahead and take a bite. It's absolutely delicious, better than most ice creams I've had ever. So this just shows you cooking with science can get you a much better result. For CTV Cooks, my name is Beau Jo. Have an absolutely sweet night, Rams. Great.
I actually heard screaming. I'm not sure if that was the children that were there or maybe it was Beau. Regardless, he looks very, very cute in his little science jacket. Very cute.
You know, food trucks aren't just for Austin. Fort Collins has some pretty awesome food trucks. This past week, entertainment anchor Ryan Chris went down to take a look at an interesting new food truck with a very unique idea. Take a look.
Outside the Colorado Brewing Company in Wellington, a brand new food truck opened called Blazing Wood Fire Pizza. But this isn't your ordinary pizza food truck, because this has a wood fire oven and can make pizzas in under 3 minutes. At this food truck, you can watch these chefs hand place their fresh ingredients and watch them cook it in their unique oven. I spoke with one of the owners who told me what was so special about their wood fire oven.
Wood fired is the best way you can make pizza. It's the most authentic way. We do all of our dough from scratch, same with our sauce and everything. And the flavor that the wood gives it, we use cedar and cherry wood, and just gives it that extra flavor and makes it taste amazing. Pizzas get done in 3 minutes or less, so we have a pretty quick turnaround going through.
He also told me what he thinks sets him apart from other competitors.
Our dough and sauce recipe. They are absolutely phenomenal. They're all from scratch. The dough, my partner's daughter helped us create it, and then the sauce recipe, We've modified it a little bit, but it's my grandma's from, I believe, 1920. I'm Sicilian, so she came over on the boat from Sicily, and that was our base starting point for our pizza sauce.
Blazing Wood Fire Pizza will be in Fort Collins at Snowbank Brewing every other Thursday and the AutoZone on Horsetooth every Sunday. You can follow them on Facebook for their full schedule.
A pizza food truck with a built-in fire oven? As if delivery drivers didn't have enough to worry about, now they have to make the pizzas too?
Even though we're finished with our main course, we still have dessert left.
Up next, we'll break the cardinal dinner table rule and compete to see who can talk and eat the most marshmallows at the same time.
It's sure to be melodramatic. Don't go anywhere.
Morning, Gary. We are GetSchooled.com. You want a college education, don't you? You know you do. That's why we're here. We're free and here to guide you through every step of the way, starting with attendance. Gary, financial aid forms. Picking a college, man. You and us. We go together like tacos and Tuesday.
And I love tacos. Go to GetSchooled.com.
Glad you made it back from the break safely because it is competition time here on CTV Cooks. My favorite part of this show is our competitions. They don't turn out well for me though.
Grace, have you ever played Chubby Bunny?
When I was little, but it hasn't been, not recently. Once you get to college, that's usually something where you're like, I can stop doing that. But not on the show.
For anyone who's wondering what Chubby Bunny is, basically you take marshmallows, or in our case, we have green and gold peeps in honor of Easter. You take marshmallows and we put marshmallows in our mouth together one by one, and whoever can continue to say Chubby Bunny the longest with the marshmallows in their mouth wins.
Well, I also feel like whoever can read the out, with that many marshmallows in their mouth
Whoever
might win.
survives, we'll see how it goes. Maybe this will be the show where I can't talk at the end.
I hope so. These challenges have really been bad for me.
They have. You've struggled. So, all right, are you ready?
I am. But we should also point out that I took the smaller peeps.
Her peeps are much smaller than mine.
My peeps are a little shrunken. They're a little bit older.
So that's okay. It's fine. It's just sugar and air, right? You ready?
No.
They're marshmallows.
Okay. I don't want to.
My jaw just popped.
I hate that.
It's easy enough to start off. Chubby Bunny.
Wait, are you allowed to chew them?
I mean, you're supposed to know. I guess, as long as you don't swallow any of it. When you say Chubby Bunny, that's the point.
Chubby Bunny!
She's just shoving them in.
You just let it go. I hate this so much.
Chubby Bunny.
Chubby Bunny.
Grace!
Why are you making this?
I gotta keep up.
Okay, I'm at 3.
This will be number 3. My jaw just popped again.
I'm gonna drool on myself.
Chubby Bunny.
Okay, we're going for 4.
I'm not caught up with you. Come on, I can't laugh.
Okay. I'm at 4. I can't. You laugh.
I got 4.
I got 4 and I'm done. They're so sugary, they just, it just doesn't go well. All right, there you go. You look like a monkey. All right. Well, we hope you have enjoyed the second to last show for CTV Cooks, but be sure to join us next month for our season finale. We're cooking up something big for it.
If you have any recipes you would like us to try, or if you can cook something amazing, email us at ctvcooks@gmail.com.
And make sure you catch next week's Local Beats episode. Have a good night, Rams.